As former President Donald Trump seeks a second term in the White House, he's increasingly turning to billionaires to power his campaign. Some of them are longtime associates and supporters, true believers who know the former president from his days in the business world, while others are relative newcomers, such as longtime GOP megadonors who backed his 2024 rivals, or even previously supported Democrats. The backers represent diverse industries, from traditional red state oil titans to formerly left-leaning Silicon Valley elite like Elon Musk and Mark Andreessen. Each lists different reasons for their choice. Some take issue with Kamala Harris's tax plans, while others prefer Trump's tough stance on immigration. I share the concern of most Americans that our economic, immigration, and foreign policies are taking the country in the wrong direction. For these reasons, I am planning to vote for change and support Donald Trump for president, Blackstone CEO Steve Schwarzman said in a statement to Axios. In 2022, the finance billionaire had said he would not support Trump in the primary and called on the Republican Party to turn to a new generation of leaders. Here are some of the most notable billionaires contributing to Trump's 2024 campaign, including to his Trump 47 Joint Fundraising Committee, which splits proceeds between the Trump campaign and the Republican National Committee and the MAGA Incorporated Super PAC. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world with a net worth of $253 billion per Forbes, endorsed Trump in July following the assassination attempt on the former president. Soon after, it was reported he'd be donating $45 million to a new super PAC called America PAC, which has garnered support from others in Silicon Valley. Musk has never been a major political donor before, though he has ramped up his rhetoric in recent years. Arrogant billionaires only out for themselves are not what America wants or what America needs, James Singer, a spokesman for the Biden campaign, told Bloomberg in response to news of Musk's donation. Steve Schwarzman. Blackstone CEO Steve Schwarzman seemed to rebuke Trump following the 2022 midterm elections when he said the Republican Party needed a new generation of leaders. But in May, he said he will vote for the former president in November. Axios, which first published the news, reported that he will donate to Trump. In 2020, Schwarzman, who is worth $41.1 billion per Forbes, contributed millions to his re-election campaign. The dramatic rise of anti-Semitism has led me to focus on the consequences of upcoming elections with greater urgency, he said in his statement. A long-term Republican donor and powerful influence on Wall Street, Schwarzman has thus far donated $419,600 to the Trump 47 committee. Miriam Adon. The widow of casino mogul Sheldon Adelson, who received a Presidential Medal of Freedom from Trump, has officially announced she would once again back the former president, a coup for his campaign finances. Her endorsement comes with quite a bit of cash. Adelson, whose net worth stands at $28.9 billion, according to Forbes, is bringing back her Preserve America super PAC and will donate more than $90 million to re-elect Trump. In 2020, she and Sheldon were Trump's biggest donors, contributing more than $120 million to his campaign, as well as to other Republican causes and candidates. Harold Hamm, an oil and gas magnate worth $18.5 billion per Forbes, has contributed $614,000 to the Trump 47 committee and $200,000 to the Trump-aligned MAGA Incorporated Super PAC. Like several other billionaire donors, Hamm wasn't always convinced Trump was the right man for 2024. He contributed thousands to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former Ambassador Nikki Haley in the primaries. It's even been reported that he told Trump to end his presidential campaign last year, citing the chaos the former president caused. Hamm's support may give some insight into how Trump is doing with oil and gas money, which he has been courting for months. Republican, Democrat. I'm an oilocrat, he told the Financial Times in 2022. Richard and Elizabeth Uline, who are worth a combined $13 billion per Forbes, thanks to their packing and shipping company Uline, have long been reliable donors to a variety of conservative causes and candidates, including bankrolling an effort to make it harder to amend the Ohio Constitution in 2023. The Uline started this cycle supporting Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' presidential bid, and each gave $1.5 million to DeSantis' super PAC, Never Back Down. In May, they each gave $5 million to the Trump-aligned MAGA Incorporated super PAC. In March, Elizabeth bemoaned the fact that she and her husband had to spend money on the presidential race at all. These two guys are very well defined. I don't understand why everybody has to give all this money, she told the Financial Times, referring to Trump and Biden. Neither of them have to spend a penny. We all know who they are. It's ridiculous. Douglas Leone. Venture capitalist Doug Leone, a partner at and former head of Sequoia, who Forbes estimates is worth $8.4 billion, announced in June that he'd once again be backing Trump, despite saying in 2021 that the former president had lost his support after the January 6th attack on the Capitol. That month, he donated $2 million to the Right for America super PAC. He's also donated $1 million to the America PAC. In 2020, Leone donated about $700,000 to Trump's re-election campaign. I have become increasingly concerned about the general direction of our country, the state of our broken immigration system, the ballooning deficit, and the foreign policy missteps, among other issues, he wrote on X. Therefore, I am supporting former President Trump in this coming election. Leone represents a growing Silicon Valley sect that has turned to the former president. Venture capitalists David Sachs and Chamath Palihapitiya, as well as Leone's fellow Sequoia partner Sean McGuire, have endorsed Trump for the first time this election cycle. Kelsey Warren. Kelsey Warren, the chairman and former CEO of the pipeline company Energy Transfer Partners with a net worth of $6.4 billion, according to Forbes, has given $814,600 to the Trump 47 committee and $5 million to the MAGA Incorporated super PAC. In 2020, he contributed $10 million to a pro-Trump super PAC. Warren's company is the owner of the Dakota Access Pipeline, the construction of which spurred major protests by environmental activists and the Standing Rock Indian Reservation in 2016. Though he was a major Trump donor in 2020, he donated $26,400 to a pro-DeSantis super PAC in June 2023. By May, Trump had his full backing. He co-hosted a fundraiser for Trump in Houston that month that, along with another event in Dallas, brought in $15 million for Trump, the campaign told Reuters. Ike Pearlmutter. Ike Pearlmutter, the former chairman of Marvel Entertainment, has long been an informal advisor and friend to Trump, including on Veterans Affairs. The Mar-a-Lago member, who has a net worth of $4.2 billion per Forbes, and his wife have each given $10 million to Right for America, a pro-Trump super PAC. Nelson Peltz, Pearlmutter's fellow billionaire and partner in a failed Disney takeover, told the Financial Times he would also vote for Trump, despite apologizing for backing the candidate in 2020 following January 6th. Joe Ricketts. Joe Ricketts, the founder and former CEO of TD Ameritrade, is worth $3.9 billion, according to Forbes. He has given $824,600 to the Trump 47 committee, and his wife, Marlene, gave $814,600. They are big money donors, giving more than $20 million to GOP causes in 2020, Forbes reported. In 2019, Ricketts, whose family owns the Chicago Cubs, was found to have sent racist and Islamophobic emails during the 2012 election, for which he later apologized. Christians and Jews can have a mutual respect for each other to create a civil society. As you know, Islam cannot do that, Ricketts wrote in one 2012 email. Therefore, we cannot ever let Islam become a large part of our society. Muslims are naturally our enemy due to their deep antagonism and bias against non-Muslims. Last year, one of Ricketts' sons, former Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts, was appointed to the U.S. Senate after former Senator Ben Sasse opted to retire. The younger Ricketts will likely be elected to the remainder of Sasse's term in November. John Paulson. John Paulson, a hedge fund manager with a $3.5 billion net worth, per Forbes, has contributed $806,300 to the Trump 47 committee. He's long been an associate of the former president and has advised him on economic matters. Bloomberg recently reported that he could serve as Treasury Secretary under a second Trump administration. In April, Paulson hosted Trump and his wife, Melania, for a fundraiser at his Palm Beach home. That event, attended by several other billionaires on this list, raised more than $50 million, according to the campaign. Steve Wynn. Casino mogul and real estate developer Steve Wynn has given $806,300 to the Trump 47 committee this year. Wynn, a longtime GOP megadonor with a $3.4 billion net worth, according to Forbes, served as the vice chairman of Trump's inaugural committee in 2017. In 2020, he donated at least $12 million to various Republican races and causes. He has been accused of both sexual misconduct and of acting as a foreign agent on behalf of China, though a judge tossed out the latter charge. Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson, an heir to the Johnson & Johnson pharmaceutical fortune and a co-owner of the New York Jets with his brother, has used his $3.2 billion fortune, per Forbes, to become one of Trump's biggest backers. He's given $1 million to the Trump-aligned MAGA Incorporated Super PAC, and both he and his wife Suzanne recently contributed $806,300 apiece to the Trump 47 committee. Johnson served as the U.S. ambassador to the United Kingdom during Trump's presidency. Jeffrey Palmer. Jeffrey Palmer, a Los Angeles-based real estate developer worth $3.1 billion, according to Forbes, has given $2 million to Trump's MAGA Incorporated Super PAC and $814,600 to the Trump 47 committee. Palmer has rallied his rich Los Angeles friends to donate to the former president, hosting multiple fundraisers, including one in September 2023. Linda McMahon. Linda McMahon, who founded World Wrestling Entertainment with her husband Vince, whose net worth is $2.9 billion according to Forbes, has given at least $10 million to the Trump-aligned MAGA Incorporated Super PAC, along with $814,600 to the Trump 47 committee. She gave millions to Trump in 2016 and more than $15 million to his 2020 re-election Super PAC. Her generosity served her well. Under Trump, McMahon was appointed head of the Small Business Administration from 2017 to 2019. She's also the chair of the board of the America First Policy Institute, a Trump-aligned think tank. Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss. Each of the Winklevoss twins donated just over $1 million each to the Trump 47 committee and $250,000 each to the America PAC. The twins, who run the cryptocurrency exchange Gemini, are each worth $2.7 billion per Forbes. In June, when they endorsed Trump, Tyler called him pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto, and pro-business, adding that Biden had openly declared war on crypto. Phil Ruffin. Phil Ruffin, a casino magnate worth $2.6 billion, per Forbes, has contributed $2 million to Trump's MAGA Incorporated Super PAC and $814,600 to the Trump 47 committee. Ruffin is a longtime associate and business partner of Trump's. He co-owns the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas alongside the Trump Organization. Ruffin also accompanied Trump to Moscow in 2013 for the Miss Universe pageant. That trip figured prominently in the largely unverified Steele dossier, which alleged that the Russians may have blackmailed Trump by filming him being urinated on by Russian prostitutes. Marc Andreessen and Ben Horowitz. Marc Andreessen and Ben Horowitz, the co-founder of venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz, announced to their employees that they'd be donating to Trump-aligned PACs, the information reported. It's unclear which PACs or how much they plan to give. Andreessen is worth $1.9 billion, according to Forbes. It's a shift for the Silicon Valley titan, who in 2016 said he'd be voting for Hillary Clinton. Kelly Loeffler and Jeff Sprecher. Former Senator Kelly Loeffler and her husband, Jeff Sprecher, who was worth $1 billion in 2022, according to Forbes, have each contributed $834,600 and $844,600, respectively, to the Trump 47 committee. In 2020, he wrote a $1 million check to Trump's super PAC. Loffler was appointed to the Senate by Georgia Governor Brian Kemp at the end of 2019 after Senator Johnny Isakson's death. She later lost in a runoff election in January 2021 to Democrat Raphael Warnock, who won a full term in 2022. Sper, meanwhile, is the CEO of Intercontinental Exchange and previously served as the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange. Robert and Rebecca Mercer. Robert Mercer, a former hedge fund CEO who, according to the New York Times, is a billionaire, has given $814,399 to the Trump 47 committee. Both Robert and his daughter Rebecca have been major contributors to pro-Trump and influential anti-establishment conservative causes, including funneling money to the right-wing Breitbart website and the conservative social media app Parler. In 2016, they helped connect Trump to his campaign team, and while they were not vocal supporters of the former president in 2020, they have re-emerged as fundraising hosts in this cycle. Robert Bigalow. Robert Bigalow, the hotel chain mogul who launched a spaceflight company in 2018, was originally a major DeSantis donor this cycle. "I will give him more money and go without food," Bigalow told Time after pouring more than $20 million into the Florida governor's Never Back Down super PAC in March 2023. The billionaire, per the Las Vegas Sun, has since pivoted, donating more than $10 million to Trump-aligned PACs since February 2024. He told Reuters in January that he would also contribute $1 million to pay Trump's mounting legal fees. "I was just sympathetic. They didn't solicit anything from me," Bigalow told the outlet. The Jose Pepe Fel. Jose Pepe Fel, a sugar magnate, has given $814,600 to the Trump 47 committee. A billionaire, according to NBC, he hosted a fundraiser for the former president the same day Trump's guilty verdict was announced. While Fel has long been a GOP megadonor, his brother Alfonso has a history as a major Democratic megadonor. Tilman Fertitta. In May, Trump attended a fundraiser at the Post Oak Hotel, which Tilman Fertitta owns. In addition to the hotel, Fertitta owns the Houston Rockets and is CEO of Fertitta Entertainment. Worth $10.1 billion, he gave more than $407,000 to the Trump 47 committee and $3,300 to Donald J. Trump for President 2024, Bloomberg reported. Fertitta's support this election isn't new, as he donated to Trump's campaign during the 2020 election cycle as well. FEC records show that he donated $35,000 to the former president and another $35,000 to the Republican National Committee in February of that year. Bernard Marcus. Home Depot co-founder Bernard Marcus has donated millions to the GOP, putting him at odds with his fellow co-founder and Democratic donor, Arthur Blank. Marcus, who is worth $9.9 billion, was an early MAGA supporter. He donated more than $5 million to Trump-related super PACs in 2016 and $10 million in 2020. During the 2024 cycle, Marcus and his wife have given $2.7 million to the former president's campaign. Marcus lives in Atlanta and has also shelled out significant sums on key Senate races in Georgia. The 94-year-old and his wife were the seventh biggest individual Republican donors in 2020, Reuters reported. He has described Trump as a fixer who would help the economy. Bill Ackman. Valued at $7.7 billion, Bill Ackman is a vocal supporter of Trump on X. The founder and CEO of Pershing Square endorsed the former president after the assassination attempt in July, but hasn't yet donated to his campaign. His support marks a shift from 2021, when he said that Trump should resign after the events of January 6. In his post endorsing Trump this summer, Ackman said that he has had the benefit of spending a few hours recently with President Trump. He regularly retweets political commentary and polling data.